All right, 8:30. We're live. We're doing it. It's happening. It's real. I'm tired. That's Kevin. Kevin, what are you doing right now?
I'm working. What are you doing?
Working.
All right. I'm replacing relatively 30 some odd derailleurs that are broken. So,
Completely replacing them?
what's that?
Completely replacing them?
Yep, tearing them off and putting new ones on because when they look like this, they're kind of past the point of fixing. So,
Oh, hey, you just got the notification that I'm live. um, Once I want to start off by saying shout out to Park Tool because Park Tool stand, Park Tool tools. Hey, look, I got one of those right here. Look, 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 I got it right here. The master and the student, Kevin Jackson. What's up, 20 grip? Kevin, Ricky is with his woman. Yo, Ghetto Park. Jeremy, how you doing? Doing good? How's the park? Park doing good? It's real. I'm tired. That's Kevin. Greatest opening ever. Bro, let's just talk about the Lip Lords game of bike for a second. Kevin is in the Lip Lords game of bike. He's arguably right now the people's champ. Also, also the people's chump, according to a couple people in the comments.
oh, come on now.
Hey, I'm not saying it's from me. I say you're the people's champ.
No.
Uh, my girlfriend's little
Look,
sister's in
Brand,
here. What?
it's kind of a dumb trick, but I want to see somebody else do it. So,
See, here's the thing. You're one of probably how many people in the entire 64 people that's in this game that can do that trick?
no. We'll see. My opponent still has another
2 days.
40.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, the funny thing about it is it's hard enough on its own just from a double peg. You didn't just do the double here. Actually, I feel like we should give some context here. I'm gonna play it. Let's
yeah, I
see.
kind of made the riding kind of difficult. So,
Here it is. Oh, just kidding. That's a comment. Here's Kevin. It's like Kevinception. So we did a no-handed can, double
no,
peg
no handed can feeble, pedal feeble.
to double peg.
It was a no-handed can pedal feeble to headstand.
I gotta watch it again. That is not
Yeah,
pedal
watch this
feeble. That is not
front
pedal
wheel.
feeble. Your front tire has to be on the top to be a pedal feeble.
Front tire what?
Has to be on top to be a pedal feeble.
Well, the front tire's not making contact, so it's not a double peg.
This is gonna be a difficult one. You might have to be lenient if the person even gets close.
I'm willing to give him a good degree of error.
Like if the headstand happens and the no-handed can happens, if the peg touches, it might be okay.
We'll take whatever. I just want to see him try it. I mean, he's at Woodward, so he's got like the gymnastics facility nearby, so maybe like some quick training
Yeah. Um,
double.
Someone said, "What's the best trick so far?" What's the best trick you've seen so far?
Boy, damn, that's tough. TJ Henderson with the the reverse, like fakie up, which I accused him of like reversing the footage on. That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, dude, you could reverse that footage and it could look the exact same.
the problem is he's just as comfortable going backwards as we are going forward. So
Yeah,
yeah,
the funny thing about that is though, even if it was reversed, it would be the exact same trick, just going into it the other way. It's still a
yeah.
fakie to double peg. It's just the way that he gets into it is different when it's reversed.
I mean, not cheap plug, but I mean, literally go check it out on Instagram. It's bonkers that this is round one and people are throwing hammers at this point. It's
Whip to foot jam whip. What else was there?
Sponge had that like whatever the hell seat grab, half
Foot jam
reach around.
tooth, yeah.
Yeah. So it just doesn't make sense.
And then I went and said a trick that I knew my dude could do, because I'm not the jerk.
Like I said, this is round one. What is round four going to look like?
Yeah. Sponge
can't
just
even.
sent me his next set. Actually, he just sent me a picture of his next set. But actually, I can show this. I can show this. Did you guys see the double foot jam whip to oppo whip? Yes, that was crazy. That dude, yeah, that dude sent me that after he got tagged in on Lip Lords, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You're nuts. Here's a little sneak peek at Sponge's next set. He looks like Macho Man Randy Savage.
What the hell?
He really does look like Macho Man Randy Savage. I meant to go and buy a plastic crown to do my stuff in, but I forgot.
This reminds me a little bit of like the Flatland version of it, Masters of Creativity, where it's all online based.
Yeah.
I think you may have stumbled onto something here. So,
dude, that's the thing. Like, Rob DeQuattro, I doubt you'd know that name, but he said he tried to do something like that on Vimeo in the past, and it didn't get past the first round. And I'm just like, man, the reason I think is because of Instagram. Flatland makes sense because those guys are so hungry and they just go hard. But like, the majority of BMX is lazy, and Instagram is super easy to just tag somebody real quick.
Yeah, but lip trick techie guys are kind of weird, so we're gonna feed off of this kind of stuff. Where if you try to do it like street contests, I don't think it would grab as quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's part of it too. I doubt as many people would be trying to sign up, but maybe they would. I don't know. There's already so many people interested in another game. But
Well, they're bad. They're bad for sleeping on it on round one. So,
well, the thing about that is these people didn't hear about it until it was freaking going. Like, there's a whole bunch of people that were like hitting me up, like, "Can I get in? Is it too late?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's too late." And these people, none of them knew about it until it was already started.
maybe this will be a thing.
I think it'd be cool if it was. It's just gonna take a while. What do you think of the format?
Interesting.
Does it work? Does it make sense?
72 hours seems reasonable. If you go too long, then you basically risk stretching it out too far.
Yeah.
I mean,
72.
some guys are banging back and forth pretty quick. So
Right. So 72 feels good.
gives enough time to play with.
Yeah.
For the most part,
All right.
I'm sure if somebody was stuck, it would be not that. We have to hold so fast to it. But if everybody, if the two guys agree, hey, man, I need one more day.
Yeah, and
I don't think anybody's
that's so like the thing about that part of it is that I'm not regulating people's games other than the first set of the round. Just because I don't want to keep track of 32 games and where people are and when their times are and all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like, yes, he is assembling department store bikes.
Somebody has to.
Right, somebody's got to do that job. But, so like, it's between the two players. So like, if you guys decided that he could have another day, then whatever, I don't care. Just posting the stuff. So it's kind of up to the other person if the other guy's guy goes over the time limit, then it's up to him to tell me and to call it out.
I don't think anybody at this point is going to be like, dude, it's 73 hours. Come on, man, you're done.
Right. And there've been a couple people who ask. So like my thing is, if you don't tell me something, if it's like, if you're going to do it anyway, like if you're going to go over 72 hours, don't tell me or don't ask me when your time is up. Because I'm going to tell you when it, like the correct time. You get what I mean?
Yep.
So there's like people who are like saying stuff that kind of halfway bends the rules a little bit. And I'm like, dude, don't tell me that. Just do it so that I don't know about it. And it's still like fair. It's just.
Yeah. The time's not so bad. I think I agree with like, it's got to be a quarter pipe. It can't be extensions or sub boxes or props involved because somebody might not have access to a quarter to sub.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right. Kevin, do you think that you're going to be up that standing like that the whole time?
Probably not. I'll be mostly down here.
Okay.
Is this cut off when I stand up?
Well, I was just gonna move it. It's not a big deal. So you're cool with the format. Let's see. What do the people who's watching this think? Have you guys followed the Lip Lords Game of Bike yet? We're definitely going to do another one. I'm thinking about making it less people next time. What do you think about that, Kevin? Do you think it would be as cool if it was less people?
Might be a little easier to keep track of, but I mean, the feed seems, it's like you have something fresh posting every day, multiple times. So you're getting a lot of really cool tricks to look at. So you could probably shrink it down, but
it would be
I'd say see how, because it's going to go from what? From 64
to 32.
32.
So, okay, let's say there's 32 games to start. Then it goes to 16 games, then 8 games, then 4, then 2, then the last one. Yes, as long as the talent is there. Well, the next game is going to be ridiculous because we got Zach Warden wanting to get in on it. There's him. I can't be on all day. It gets hard to follow everyone. So I think that's kind of part, like Dustin Reese just said that. I think that's kind of part of it though, where you don't follow everyone. You follow the people that you want to follow. There's a whole bunch of other people playing, but you just follow the ones that you want to see. And if you want to see everyone, then I guess that's going to be hard.
Honestly, maybe it's better not seeing everyone because they don't get as freaked out, looking at people doing stuff and go, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to compete in the next round.
Yeah. Ollie Groff or Mike Groff just said, I think if anything, there should be divisions based on bike setup.
That's a good idea.
So that kind of makes it more difficult though, because what do you do when those divisions get whittled down? Or do you do only like, because I can't have 3 different games of bike going at the same time. I can't manage that. Like, if this was my full-time job, I would have 4 games going right now. But I can't manage that many things, so it's kind of harder that way. Because then you're like, do you have breaks? Well, then you can't play in this game. And it's like, I don't want to do that.
It might be actually. I think the way that it's going right now, it's kind of interesting to see how people are going to adapt to the fact that they don't have pegs, they don't have front brakes. I think it's pushing people to maybe kind of think a little bit outside of their normal, trick selection.
It's just showing who the better riders are.
Yeah.
If you're able to adapt and still beat somebody by adapting. But the only thing that those people could argue is, well, then that other person rides like that all the time. They're used to it. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they kind of have the upper hand, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's kind of the luck of the draw. This is randomly drawn.
It's an interesting challenge. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I mean, the guy I'm playing against is half my age. He, like I said, he's Woodard. It's like if you scroll through his profile, he's doing like these massive, crazy tricks, like huge airs, lots of spins, tail whips. You scroll through mine, I'm never leaving the ground. So it's
Yeah.
like it's gonna be an interesting competition to see what we each bring to the table. So
There's that side of things. Then there's the side of things that's like it just shows it how much your opponent cares. Like, does your opponent care enough to research your riding and not be too much of a dick?
right, right.
Okay, this is Dan just brought up a point that I thought about and I was originally thinking about doing. I guess I still could. I just didn't write it into the rules. He said you need to do a redraw for every round.
Oh, okay.
That there that's like a there's there's something there, but at the same time, I think it's also kind of cool that people can follow the bracket and see like, oh, this person might face this person.
Should we start? Should we start taking bets on this?
Exactly. There's some people who are talking about taking bets. Yeah, it's funny, but it's like the way I related it to Sponge is like this is for the people outside of the game. This is like fantasy football, but with your friends riding bikes.
Good point.
It kind of is, and so I can see why people would bet on it. So like the redraw for every round thing is like it makes sense, but I don't know. I think that might be a majority rules thing. NCAA tournament. It's like fantasy football and the fantasy BMX with the NCAA tournament combined.
It's better than a game of pipe, right?
Seriously. The next game is going to be Lip. This is the international game of Lip, not BMX.
Oh, I like that.
People are going to still call it the game of bike because they still call it the game of bike right now, and it's not, which is fine. I don't care. But when it comes to the letters, it's going to be Lip. Someone wants me to ask you what your odds are in Vegas. Are you the underdog?
Oh, yeah. 100 to 1.
100 to 1. Also, I forgot to say, shout out to Park Tool for me too. I'm wearing a Park Tool shirt right now. I got a Park Tool package coming in tomorrow. There it is.
Park Tool chain breaker.
Yes.
Lots of chains tonight. Putting it
Right.
back together.
Do they not have master links?
Nope.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, replacement chains do. Like chains like this, like coming on a stock bike, usually doesn't.
Gotcha. So anyone in the chat have anything to say about the format? Someone said I want to see Bobby Altizer versus Mike D.
Ooh.
I think if I did anything with subdivisions, it would be a front brake game of bike on Instagram. Just because that one, I think people would watch that one. But like just a game of brake bike.
Did you see Bobby's post? I think it was today. It was like the reverse manual on the quarter or whatever it
Yeah.
was. It was like,
The ice fakie manual to fakie.
yeah, yeah.
He's out of this world, dude. Legitimately. Him,
Level of control is insane.
TJ, Nick Harkins. Those three guys, man. I'm glad that they all got in on this. Nick Harkins. Oh, you froze.
I like how we've got some guys that definitely are not what you'd consider like ramp riders all the time. Grindworks is Andrew Vargason. Like,
Yeah.
dude, like the crank flip out of that, like,
The
bonk, bonk,
fastest
bonk,
crank
bonk
flip in the
on the high
universe.
quarter. That was pretty awesome.
Literally the fastest crank flip in the universe just now. Can you hear me? Poor connection. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, check Andrew Vargason's Instagram. Kevin Jackson, thank you for that super chat. California Fund, baby. We are going. I don't think you heard anything I said, Kevin. It lagged out. I don't think you can hear. Oh, you can hear me now? Okay.
Yep, I can hear you.
Gotcha. Yeah, Andy's crank flip was insane, and there's like unconventional lip trick dudes in this, and it's cool.
But I think that's what adds to the fun of it. It's like
the fact that anyone can be involved.
Right.
What were you gonna say?
And there's some cool stuff getting done. Like, wow, that's neat.
Yeah. 270 turned down to Smith. Like a good 270 turn down. Dustin, Rob Ridge definitely needs in on this, but I think we should give everyone a chance. So we'll just put him into the finals and play to figure out who plays against him.
Brant, final boss, Rob Ridge.
Yeah, he is the final boss. Because there is no beating Rob Ridge. He will do anything. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen him do a tail whip variation in a lip trick. Or a bar spin. Rob Ridge can be beaten. Same with Tom Justice. Tom Justice went a leg down. Instead of filming a trick at the contest he went to as his set, he focused on the contest, and I think he got like second or something. So he gave himself a B from the start. Eben Fisher. He's another good name. What else do we got? Who would be in your all-time game of lip? Oh my gosh. At their current, not just dream game. First we got to say current riders. Mark Webb versus Tom Justice is one game. Harry Main versus Mark Webb. Who else? Rob Ridge versus himself. There's literally no one that is on Rob Ridge's level. Period.
No, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah, it legitimately is. Like, I think I'm slick with a candy bar ice pick. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do a windshield wiper downside nose pick whip on a street spine with my hand off. Dave Asado versus Fryman. What?
So remember, always check your reflectors and make sure they're tight.
Yeah. Gotta be safe with your...
It's ridiculous, man.
Osado versus Frymouth. I bet that game happened at one point in time. Dude, you are kicking butt. Chad DeGroot.
Oh, that would be good. You know what? Ryan Nyquist, too. He's got some lip tricks.
Yeah, Nyquist is a good one. Who else? Who else would be a good one? Oh, I can't think. Drew Bazanson.
Yeah. Okay.
Drew Bazansen's good. Chris Kyle. Chris Kyle's got that flair to 5-tap stuff. Tobias Wiki. How do we forget Tobias? Dennis McCoy.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Jamie Bestwick.
See, you're getting into the names where probably a lot of the younger viewers don't know who you're talking about.
Well, there are
So
no
you should
younger viewers.
definitely go search out Dennis McCoy. Go search out Tobias. Watch and learn.
Yeah, there are no younger viewers. Everyone knows who they are. Rick Molterno is an obvious one. Who else? I'm trying to think. I know there's more. Rick Thorne. Is Rick Thorne a lip tricker?
He's around a lot of verts, so he probably got something up his sleeve.
Dude, Jamie Bestwick.
Yeah, there
Jamie
you go.
Bestwick. Oh, that Kostya dude from Russia.
I think some vert dudes might have some pretty rad tricks for the lip.
Absolutely. Those vert guys are crazy. They go down to a 6-foot quarter and they're like, oh, this is baby stuff. Hi, any advice on how to pull a hang 5? Been trying for a while, just can't quite get it. What is your issue with your hang 5, Jordan? What exactly part of it can you not get? I can't hang 5, so I'm bad at this.
I have nothing to add.
I can't hang 5 at all, so I don't know. A good way to practice learning them is by like dragging your foot, the hanging foot, I think, just because you can do that and it kind of helps with your balance. The frame of the bike will keep moving left and right. You have to seat your seat in your butt. It's weird to say, but that's how that trick works. I would say watch some videos of people doing it, and that would help a lot.
There's some how-tos out there that probably help.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, dude.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's hot up here, so.
It's hot in here. I got a light shining on me. My computer's right here, spitting heat out.
I'm in the second story warehouse, so nice and toasty.
Ugh. Anyone watching Crankworks Whistler this week? Dude, they just said a name that we should have had from the beginning.
What did we miss?
Rob Nolly. Dude,
that's a bad. All right.
That dude could do any lip trick he wanted to. He might legitimately be the only person who could stand a chance with Rob Ridge.
True.
Because he's got like the old school. Do I think what?
Do you think it's because of that? I think we're going to the same place where he has that old school road everything, road flatland, road vert, road.
Oh, 100%.
You know, everything.
100%. It's why Trevor in 10 years is going to be like Rob Ridge.
Trevor's the man.
Yeah, he is. How is the hub going? The hub is fantastic. I think I'm a free coaster guy now.
Woo!
Kevin's gonna get to try one.
Yep, one of my boys is getting one soon, so I will give you my taste test opinion on it.
It's kind of funny to
Coming from
think.
someone who has ridden a free coaster for 20 years, so your opinion is kind of interesting coming from cassette. I'm really curious as to what it's going to feel like. So,
Well, what are the things about a coaster that like you would focus on if you were comparing it to yours? What would you be looking at?
it's probably the engagement, like having it be smooth and consistent. I've had some really crappy free coasters where you start to you get the pressure and then all of a sudden it'll kick out on you.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. If it is really just like snapping into a cassette, um,
At what
I
point in
think we were
time?
talking about setting your goals. If you've ridden a free coaster for so long, I think your feet automatically do it without you even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because when I was riding after you talked, I was like, I took some video and I was kind of like, I don't even realize that I'm setting my feet
Yeah.
anymore.
So
So,
Marcus kind of
so
one thing Marcus kind of was like looking at and liked about it was that rather than having to go through the slack when you end up going forward again, which you inevitably have to do on a free coaster like yours, you have to go through the slack before you pedal to it for have it engaged.
right.
This thing, as soon as you roll forward whatsoever, you're in cassette. So
Huh.
you're just like you're riding a cassette again, but it only happens when you roll forward or when you pedal it hard enough in a fakie to get it to engage.
Okay. I'm
You'll see.
curious how it would feel for folks that are used to riding a free coaster and used to playing with that slack as part of their riding.
Yeah.
Like they're used to like using that kind of that gappiness in there to turn around and to get moving forward. So it'll be interesting. I cannot wait to play with it and see what happens.
What are you talking about, Zach Miles? Are you talking about with the planetary hub? Because I don't think your front sprocket has anything to do with the slack. Does it? Does that even make sense?
I mean, if you have a bigger front sprocket, I mean, maybe.
But how would that make any sense?
No.
Because that has a no bearing on. Actually, I guess. No, that's your gear ratio. It would have to be your gear ratio changing as a whole for it to have an effect. Because then you'd be changing your torque and things of that nature.
Right.
So, I'm curious, how are these bikes getting broken derailleurs and coming to you to be fixed?
All of these have been returned to the stores and basically deemed like, damaged
Oh, okay.
and then sold to a place that basically packages them up in a trailer and then ships them off to someone that buys them and then resells them.
Oh,
So
okay.
my job here is to make them functional again, which honestly, some of them it's like as simple as a derailleur's busted off, replace it with a derailleur, tune up the bike, it's ready to go. Sometimes it's as goofy as like it has a flat.
That's
Bike's
funny.
totally useless. It's a flat, so
That's
might as well
funny.
throw it away.
Huh. So someone said on a traditional KHE style hub, that's true. I used to have a demolition coaster with 39 gearing. It shrunk the amount of slack.
But yeah, if you're running a 39 tooth in front and a 9 tooth in back, it'll definitely shrink that down.
Well, isn't that just the like the given that you're gonna have like it's harder to pedal, so it's gonna do something? I don't know. That just sounds weird. Someone should make a video about that.
All right, Brent, go ahead.
I
Wait
don't
here.
I don't have a KHE style free coaster.
You don't?
No. I guess I could
Weren't
probably.
you testing? Weren't you testing out a demolition one or no?
No, my buddy had one on his bike.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, and he was at our trail jam, so we were like, "Oh, we got a Z coaster here, and we got Scooter's bike with the demolition coaster. Let's just go to the skate park after the jam and mess with these things." Bigger diameter sprocket, more area traveled for the same amount of pedaling. I see. So you don't change the front or the back one, you just change the front one. You have more chain, bigger sprocket. Going from there to there is pedaling more distance. That does make sense. Now I put it together in my head. I get it. That's kind of crazy. Kevin, it's figured out now.
What's that?
The bigger sprocket thing.
Okay.
It's so if you have a bigger sprocket with a smaller rear, like with the exact, if you just change the size of your front chain ring, you to pedal the exact same distance as with the smaller one, you're going through more teeth on the hub, and you have to have more chain.
Okay.
So it's more distance of the chain pedaled, and that would mean less slack.
Ah, okay.
So
That
it does.
total sense.
Yeah, it
Got
makes perfect sense. Thanks for explaining that, chat, because I would not have understood. $39 gearing is crazy.
I don't think most modern frames can handle that.
No, not the short rear ends. You'd have to put a spacer in there.
I mean, some of them are struggling with 28s nowadays, which is kind of crazy.
Right, exactly. Dead Crow Army's in here. Is he building bikes at Walmart? No, he's not building bikes at Walmart, but he might be building bikes that originally came from Walmart, yeah. I'm buying a free night laced to a Chrome G Sport next week to run with 28.9 gearing. Let me know what you think of it, Ronnie. I'm curious. Because I like mine a lot. I ride 33.9. That's insane. So, what was I going to say? Damn it. Let me think. Oh, we're going to be talking about what the hell was it? Oh, the frames not being able to handle that. I was going to ask you, why is it that it's so difficult to get proper chain alignment on a BMX bike? It seems like it's always going outward.
I think it's, oh man, I don't know.
Is it just the
It's
nature?
probably because they're widening out the chain stays so much to fit the big tires, but they're also shortening everything. So it has to be super wide at the bottom bracket.
Yeah.
So it's kind of kicking everything.
Well, even mine is like, I don't know. I've never had my chain or my front sprocket and my driver lined properly. It's always went out towards the front sprocket.
Yep.
And I've always wondered about that. What are wider bottom brackets accomplishing, I wonder? It's an
You
interesting.
got to figure though, it's like if you widen out the bottom bracket, your crank spindle's only so long.
Well,
So
they just make a longer one.
well, what about all these cranks that are now like, two piece, where
Yeah.
the spindle's part of the.
Oh,
If it's
that's
like a
true.
profile where you buy a longer spindle, no
Yeah,
problem.
right. Um, I did want to point out real quick because Dead Crow Army said that he's giving away a frame on his bite or on his Instagram next month. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
The maniac Derek Gerard will make you a 33 tooth. That's funny. But the slack is in the hub itself. Adam, we kind of went through why it makes sense. It's because take two different size front sprockets. One is this size, one is this size. You have to have more chain for this, the bigger one. So if you pedal it 1/4 crank, you're actually pedaling more chain through with a bigger sprocket. Therefore, it's making the slack less. Just go back to a single piece crank and a coaster brake. What are you talking about? That's what I ride. I have a Huffy with a coaster brake on it from Walmart. Kevin's fixing my bike right now.
right now.
That's got a coaster brake on it.
This has a disc brake on it, so, or it did.
Are you putting it back on?
Yeah, it's got a busted spoke, so
Oh,
fun.
that's got to be such a pain.
It's going to be.
Do you
I gotta
have?
take the cassette off in order to get to.
Wow, that's a
Ugh.
pain. That is a huge pain.
Yep. That's what they pay me for.
That's right. Someone said I had a Huffy in '98, Jimmy Levan bike. I had hydraulic brakes back in the day on a Rumblefish.
Okay.
I don't even know what
That's
that
crazy.
means.
That was the Rumblefish. That was a race bike, right?
I'll tell you what he says. I got nothing on that one.
Huh.
Never even heard of that. Is Rumble the company or is it Rumble Fish?
Rumblefish. It was either a race bike or
He said, yep.
maybe it was a race bike. Okay, let's see, either that or maybe like a Cannondale. It sounds like a Cannondale kind of name.
Rumble Fish.
Ugh. Gotta go get another park tool.
Huh. Profile makes a disc brake hub. Yes, they do. They're mountain bike hubs you can get with disc brakes. Oh, dude. It was an honor. Yeah, I bet it'd be cool to ride with Jimmy Levan. Was he shredding? What is that?
Got a Park Tool FR 1.2 cassette remover.
Oh, okay. What is? Do you have a freaking pry bar?
We're gonna see. Yep.
Oh my goodness, that is gnarly.
Leverage, buddy.
Are you getting paid per bike?
What's that?
Are you getting paid per bike?
No, I'm just swapping the. I'm not doing any fine tuning on these right now. I'm just like mass chunking through them. So I'll
Gotcha.
go through and do all the attention stuff when I'm not talking to you. So
Oh, okay. Dead Crow said second race bike I had was an Elf double cross. Interesting. Oh, dude. I'm sure he has a chain whip there. I don't know if he used it just now. I don't know how you work on those bikes because I've never worked on a bike like that. Coffee. You want to know a secret? I've never drinking coffee before. I don't need that kind of addiction in my life. Park Tools bottom bracket bearing press was my best investment yet. That is a good one. Dude. No way. That sucks. They stole your Robinson. 20 grip. Dude, I just checked my email. You are the man. Thank you. My mountain bike has Profile Elite hubs. That's tight. My girlfriend's bike has Profile Elite hubs on it too. Or the rear one. Front one's not on the bike. No, front one's on the nowhere bike. Just kidding. Kevin, do you know where Dion lives in
What's that?
California? Do you know where Dion lives in California?
Not exactly, but as soon as I find out, I'll be there.
You gonna go out? I'll, September 13th through 21st. Come on out.
Else, so
What?
check that out. Snafu.
Whoa, that's cool. How random. Dude, if I was you, I'd have spare seats on the side to be swapping out. How'd that even get on there?
What's that?
I said, how'd that even get on there?
Well, it's a hyper, so it's got the snafu parts, man.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a hyper.
I think the tires are snafu too. No, maybe not.
Has it got
Not on this
snafu
one.
gyro cables on it?
No, but it does have lock-on grips, which is pretty cool.
That bike looks like it might be a little bit more high end than the others.
That's what, yeah, I mean, they want you to think, so.
Of course.
Yeah. It has suspension.
Take that through the trails. They sell snafu at Walmart. I had no idea. I knew they sold hyperbikes at Walmart.
Yeah, they have like snafu like pegs and stuff.
For real?
It's kind
I
of weird.
had no idea. Does snafu still sell like legit BMX parts though?
I don't think so.
See, that's the thing that sucks.
Maybe the cables, like the Astroglides
Yeah, they
and
still
stuff.
sell the cables. I know that. Because that's like a go-to for a lot of brake riders. But dude, that's what like BMX... Oh, that was close. That's like what BMX needs is like a legitimate, real deal company to sell their stuff in Walmart and for real. Like, get a kid on a S&M or a Fit or a Cult from Walmart that's his first ever bicycle. It's not meant to be a good bike. And then get him on Fit or Cults or whatever forever after that.
DK tried that, man, and the
Yeah,
problem is
DK was the wrong company to try that
if you
with.
buy a $100 DK at Walmart and it falls apart in 6 months, then you go to a bike shop and you see a DK for $400, you know, The
I
damage is
guess
already done.
I guess that does kind of make sense. You'd have to market it properly, I guess. But that does make sense. Interesting thought.
It's kind of extreme like comparison, but it's like buying like a budget Mercedes. It's like,
That is kind of that. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You have changed my mind, Kevin. You successfully changed it. Do you ever watch any of those videos? Does anyone watch those videos who's watching right now? The Change My Mind videos?
by who in particular, or just
Steven Crowder.
sounds interesting.
Oh my god, they're so good. He does stuff like the last one he just posted the other day is Trump isn't racist, change my mind. And the whole concept is literally he's going to like college campuses and public places, setting up a table and letting people come up and try and change his mind about whatever topic he's doing. And his videos on it are all like long form, uncut, not edited to sound good or anything like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. The people get so mad.
Well, it's he's probably touching on a lot of like really emotional
Oh, definitely.
topics.
Most definitely. Like, I'm pro gun, change my mind.
Right. He's probably looking to see if people can work past their emotional response to it.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely, and he's
Oh,
so.
we've really gone like, off the topic.
Oh, definitely. This is why this is cool. But he's got all of the information you could want. So, like, he's also trying to, not trying, but he's also, like, catching people who are uninformed while he knows everything about that there is to know about the subject. It makes it pretty entertaining.
It's kind of like talking to us about bikes. We know everything.
Kinda. Kinda, sorta. Except I don't know everything at all. You know a lot more than I know.
There's still a lot I don't know.
I don't know if we ever will know it all.
That's half the fun of these things. Like when you have like Ricky on or whatnot, and it's like just hearing people from different eras talk about BMX. It's like everybody's got a different story depending on when they started,
Right.
and what they were exposed to.
Right. 100%. The reason I ride like I do is Prefab Woodward Skate Park with a whole bunch of people who are really good at riding bikes. Someone said,
Here you go, free coaster. Ready? Whoa. No chain, so.
oh, I'm like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that?
Actually, I'll see if I can find one. The super cheap 9-tooth cassette hubs that are on some of the hyper bikes.
Yeah.
If you set your pedals right, actually free coast with them. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I've seen that before, actually. It's like that with a few different hubs. Yeah. It's funny, though, because I brought up S&M, and when I was talking about all that, someone said, having owned 3 S&M frames, I gotta say, my Taiwan frames have had nicer welds.
Ouch. Shots fired.
Well, hey, somebody must have had a night out partying and didn't do a very good job.
Did you happen to get your hands on that the S&M book that came out?
No, I don't know if that's out all the way yet.
Yeah, I think it is my one of my local shops. Eric has it, and I definitely got to make my way out there to get a copy. 'Cause I think it'll just be kind of an interesting read. So,
Yeah, I think it'd be
little
pretty
plug
cool. I
for
mean,
it.
that's a lot.
Camper.
It's a lot of history. It's a lot of history. 30 years. That's crazy. Um,
Does anybody have any more questions, or how many
let's
people we
see.
got on?
12 currently.
Uh,
Someone said bring back Mosh. My neighbor who
Mosh was just an efficient giant.
my neighbor who got me into BMX had a Mosh. I think Craig Passero isn't on enough people's radar to make it into X Games Real Street 2020. It would be cool, and he's definitely out there, but it's like he's not quite on the radar enough, I don't think. But at the same time, Jordan Hango got in there. Bring back the War Pig frame.
A modern war pig would be kind of interesting.
Craig's definitely sick. He's a really good rider. I don't know if he's like widespread enough, mainstream enough to be in something like X Games, to be like to for him to appeal to them, for them to want to get him in on it. Oh, Corey Nastasio for Real BMX. It's Real BMX, not Real Street. It's true though. There needs to be more variation. It's not just street. It's called Real BMX.
You don't get that crossover nowadays like you used to. It just everybody's kind of specialized in their own little thing, and it's
Which is
like
fine. But I think at the same
yeah,
time, they should make that Real BMX thing. They should make 6 different style riders. They should do a flatland video, a street video, park video, a dirt video, and I don't know what else there would be. I know there's at least 6 different ones. Oh, dude. I'm getting Lip Lord stuff coming in. Might be about time to wrap this up.
yeah, man. No, it was fun. It was short notice, but hey, you helped me like at least chug through a little bit of grunt work, so made it
You
interesting. So
mindlessly not really paying attention, just busting it out.
yeah,
That's
I
always
mean,
good.
they're still probably gonna be better than they're built at Walmart. Even if I don't pay attention.
Right? I don't know though.
No, they'll be nice and safe.
There's a couple BMX riders out here who build bikes for Walmart in Ohio.
At least it's somebody that knows what a bike is and kind of like has some experience. It's you walk into the store sometimes and you like turn the handlebars and like the wheel stays straight and the bars move, or
Right,
the fact
right.
that they have to put a label on there that says rear and front so you know which way the fork goes. That's
Yeah,
terrifying. So
yeah. Zach, I'm not saying that he's not good. I'm saying that I don't think he's mainstream BMX enough for them to want to put him in it. They put people like Garrett Reynolds and Tom Dugan, who are giant in the world of BMX. He definitely would do very well, probably. I would put forks backwards on purpose, someone said. Anyways, let's wrap this up, Kevin. Thank you all
All
for
right,
tuning
man.
in. He's got a sticker. He's going to put it somewhere.
Bye.
See you later, Kevin. See you later, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow for the news video.